Hi guys, MetalQueen here, and today's video will be Q&As, questions and answers. Now I have a list of questions that have been submitted by my Instagram and Facebook followers, so the links of which will be somewhere in the video later on, so don't forget to check my pages out. The first question is, which band first introduced you to metal? Now, Metallica is the band that first introduced me to metal. I discovered them when I was 11 years old and they just blew me away. It was the heaviest thing I'd ever heard at the time, and I loved them so much that I actually went and got a tattoo of them. Don't know if you can see that, the Ninja Star logo. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Metallica anymore, really. I've moved on from them and their music is pretty shit compared to what it used to be, but they were amazing at the time and they will always be one of my favourite bands purely because they introduced me to metal. The second question is, what was your first concert? Now I'd already been to a few local gigs before I went to my first proper famous band concert. And the first concert I ever went to was Trivium, Upon a Burning Body, Caliban, and I think As I Lay Dying. And again, brilliant experience. And it was before Trivium kind of went to shit, in my opinion anyway. Brilliant memories, absolutely loved it. And it was at the HMV Institute in Birmingham, UK. Amazing. What is the best band that you've seen live? Now, very difficult for me to answer that at first because I've seen a lot of bands live and they were all, apart from one or two, absolutely brilliant. Now the best band I've ever seen, I would have to say Sabaton, without a doubt Sabaton. Sabaton are one of my favourite bands. Their energy, their performance, note perfect, absolutely brilliant. They interact with the crowd perfectly. I absolutely adore them. And I highly recommend, if you ever get the chance to go and see Sabaton live, do it. You will not regret it at all. What is your favourite subgenre of metal? Very difficult question. I love a wide variety of metal, and I would have to say, if I really had to narrow it down, the subgenre that I listen to the most is probably melodic death metal. So yeah, let's go with melodic death metal. Who, in your opinion, is the greatest guitarist of all time? It's a bit of a difficult question again. You guys seem to love the difficult questions. I'm gonna say, and I've probably pronounced the name completely wrong, Yngwie Malmsteen? Probably wrong, but I'm sure you guys can get the drift. Yngwie Malmsteen. Brilliant guitarist, absolutely brilliant musician. He blows me away, absolutely blows me away. And his music is just immense, absolutely love him. Yeah, definitely my favourite guitarist of all time. What was the first metal album that you ever owned? I think the first metal album that I actually owned would have been Ride the Lightning by Metallica, probably. It was a very long time ago, over 10 years ago, but I've still got that CD somewhere, and again, blew me away. Heaviest thing I'd ever heard at the time. Definitely one of their better albums back in the day. Absolutely loved it. Ride the Lightning, Metallica. And the final question is, why did you start writing reviews? Now, I'm a bit of a Facebook whore. I write all of my opinions on Facebook, always have done ever since I started getting it a few years ago, ever since I started using it. And yeah, I've always, every time I've discovered a new band or a new album, I've always written my opinion on the album or the band on my Facebook page. And a lot of my friends were saying, dude, you should write reviews. So I know I don't look like much of a metalhead, but believe me, I am. And I apologise for looking absolutely horrendous. I'm kind of doing this video in a little bit of a rush. I've got other things going on in my life. But yeah, what made me start writing reviews is not only because of my friends that told me that I should, but I enjoy it so much. I love giving my opinion. I'm an opinionated bitch and I don't give a fuck. But the main reason is that I just love metal and I love sharing that passion with people. And I know what it's like to be a little bit judgmental, you know, you see an album cover or a picture of a band and you're like, don't know if they're going to be my cup of tea. But I hope from my reviews that I've actually persuaded people to at least give them a try and at least give them a little bit of a listen. So yeah, so if you have any more Q&As for me to answer, any more questions, anything else that you want to add, suggest bands for me to check out, anything, just give me a shout, send me a message, leave a comment, whatever, you know, I'll do my best to answer them as and when I can. Before I end this video, I'd just like to give a massive, massive, massive shout out to two very amazing people that have been very important to me on my journey into delving into album reviews, and that would be my fiance, Vladimir. He's so supportive, got a brilliant taste in music, and he's always critical. You know, he helps me to improve stuff. Constructive criticism, always welcome in my book. You know, it's okay to tell me that it's shit, but you've got to tell me why it's shit so that I can actually improve it for next time. The second person I'd like to give a shout out to is Dylan Gallus of Metal Mayhem HQ. Brilliant website, brilliant Facebook page. Definitely give them a like. The link should be in the description or in this video. So yeah, thank you so much for publishing my reviews. Thank you so much for all the support and help that you've given me, putting me in touch with some amazing people and amazing bands. And yeah, thank you. The end. And remember, keep it heavy.